What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is good? Yet again, another NFL up to the minute report. This time, this one's a little bit preposterous, to be honest. First off, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the wrong boys and girls. What to do? Dilly dilly, like, subscribe, and comment so you can get down with myself and the whole entire Pirate Gang crew. Um, fuck, like Lynn Bowden, Lynn Bowden Jr. Uh, kind of a hybrid guy when you talk about positional play at the running back and wide receiver position, right? Um, got drafted by the Oakland Raiders. And to my assumption, from a lot of Raider fans, um, this was like a steal of the draft. Like this was a steal for a lot of Raiders Nation, for a lot of the silver and black, the black hole, and find a conundrum here. So let's first go back. To fully understand this, let's first go back 7 days when Miami trades Raekwon Millen to the Raiders, um, and they had gotten I know they had got they had sent Raekwon there, and they had also gotten like a fourth round pick. I believe it was just a fourth round pick. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I believe it was just a fourth round pick. So I believe that they had got, and I can't remember a couple days ago. Anyways, so Raekwon McMillan leaves Miami. He goes to Oakland. Bow. Boom. Cool. You know, in the process, Oakland moves a fourth round pick to Miami. Stellar. Fucking awesome. 7 days later, here we are today. And the reports coming out of camp surrounding Lynn, I'm going to get implications. I'm going to get into the fantasy analytics and the fantasy implications surrounding this in a minute. But they were primarily in camp utilizing Bowden as a running back. Many of us know that he could be better kind of as a hybrid between the two, but mostly he's going to probably benefit as a receiver, right? I guess things weren't working out there, which tells me that Oakland is so set on Josh Jacobs. This is where we now get into the fantasy implication part of things a little bit. I'm gonna kind of weave it in throughout the storyline of Bowden, and just this whole trade, right? Just this whole trade dilemma, or not dilemma, just situation. Um, the Raiders are utilizing Bowden as a running back. It seems like that was getting murky there. It looks like that Josh Jacobs is going to be the guy in Vegas for the Raiders. Okay, so that's first off. So for Josh Jacobs Josh Jacobs shareholders, you got to be absolutely ecstatic that Bowden's not there anymore, right? Because then you're like, okay, well, like, what the fuck? Like, it's just Jalen Richard back there. I mean, okay, maybe they bring in AP. Oh, well, they already saw what it was like when they brought in an old timer. Nah, I think this is just straight up Josh Jacobs' backfield. Not saying that because I interviewed the kid or nothing like that. I just think it's straight up Josh Jacobs' backfield now. So that's the Oakland side of the fantasy implications and how Oakland is affected there. Now check this out. Lynn Bowden Jr., from what I'm hearing, early already, is that stupid early that I'm hearing this. Of course, because this trade just happened about 50 minutes ago. Miami's planning on using Bowden as a wide receiver primarily. That is going to, I feel, open things up for Preston Williams and Devontae Parker a whole hell of a lot more. Devontae Parker was already a guy where I was kind of keeping my eye on. I wasn't exactly high on, but I wasn't fading either. Now I'm like looking at Devontae Parker now a lot more, and I'm like, okay, Devontae Parker's value is increased because of the acquisition of Lynn Bowden. Um, I take a look at not just how Lynn Bowden affects Devontae Parker, but I think that it helps Preston Williams as well, right? Like I think that it helps Preston Williams just as well. Now, who to own out of these Miami receivers to me is clearly going to be Parker. But don't expect for or don't be surprised if Bowden emerges in this offense probably as like a two. Maybe even they Brian Flores and those guys, they utilize him as a hybrid. So maybe you double dip in terms of points there with him running routes, and then him also catching out the backfield. All around, I really love this move. Gruden's a madman, and sometimes players in his system, like I just feel like you have to be a Gruden grinder in order to fit into Gruden's system. Whereas Brian Flores, coming from that Belichick coaching tree, I feel like most guys are probably going to fit into this system, and most guys are probably going to fit in with the way that he coaches. Miami is definitely building something down there. Like I don't know what, because based off of their recent history, but Miami is definitely up to something, and I'm anxious to see what's happening. Like I love an underdog story. I love a Cinderella story. You got Tua, you know, clearly they're building a defense. You got the fourth round pick back, right? Um, or no. They had sent a fourth round, a fourth and a sixth, um, for Lynn Bowden, I believe. Um, like this is good. I think that this is definitely a steal. Unlike Josh Rosen in his stint in Miami, I think that Bowden is going to have a future and a bright future. And welcome to Miami, Miami. Lynn Bowden Jr., welcome to Miami. I have like a couple of shares of you, bro. Like I have like a share of you in a league, so I'm not even mad at this move. Um, I kind of want to see this play out before I start talking about trade him or keep him. I say let it play. Might be some fun shit. Be some fun shit down in Miami. We don't know, but it's provocative, and it gets the people going. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an NFL Up to the Minute report. Lynn Bowden Jr. traded to the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to all the Dolphins fans out there for your new acquisition. I think that this is going to be good for you guys. Like I think that if you're a Dolphins fan, you should be stoked about this. You should be stoked about this. Um, yeah, like I definitely they're gonna mix him up between the pass game and the run game. It's hands down. Like it's definitely gonna be a thing. It's definitely gonna be a thing. Oh, it's gonna be such a beautiful thing. I love it. I love a Cinderella story, and they're building something down there. I don't think it's gonna be this year, but it's coming. It's coming. Um, this has been your NFL Up to the Minute update. Um, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you for tuning in to this NFL Up to the Minute update. I'm gonna keep rolling these as long as Sleeper app is dropping the noties, and Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport are dropping them. As soon as they drop, I'm chopping up an image. Bow, I'm posting on Instagram. Make sure you follow me at Rumboy, spelled with a Z-N-E-T. And then I'm coming right here to function with y'all on YouTube, and I'm dropping the news here. NFL Up to the Minute updates by the Rum Boys Fantasy Network. Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rum Boys and girls. What it do, dilly, dilly.